Parkes.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Well, the large electorate of Parkes stretches over 400,000 square kilometres in a slice of New South Wales that showcases just about everything that Mother Nature can come up with. As one region battles drought, another faces flooding. This month, there have been natural disaster declarations in both Narrabri and the Gunnedah Shires in the Parkes electorate following two major flooding events. These declarations would be good news for those shires if they weren't already completely disheartened by the fact that they are still chasing funding to fix road damage from the previous 3 years' worth of flooding events. Deputy Speaker, there is a major disconnect between available federal funding and the New South Wales Government's priorities. Not only in Narrabri and Gunnedah, but councils throughout New South Wales are fighting a battle to access money to fix their road network, and I'm sure that's the same right throughout regional Australia. Councils face huge delays, are knocked back for the large percentage of the funding that they need, and do not receive the funding for years. I believe there is far more than $100 million in disaster funding outstanding or denied for roads among New South Wales regional councils. In addition, councils are repeatedly told that they cannot flood-proof these roads. They must replace them to the same substandard that they were before the event. Speaker, this means that these roads are destroyed every single time there is a flooding event, over and over again. How is it responsible financial management? People need these roads every single day, not just once in every 3 years. The money is there for the road funding. The blockage must be cleared, and more action must be taken between the federal government and the New South Wales Government to get the funding out to councils sooner. And Speaker, I'd just like to share some correspondence from a few of the councils within the Parkes electorate in relation to disaster relief claims. From the Parkes Shire, over the past 5 years, Parkes Shire has faced 6 declared natural disasters, including severe storms and flooding. Most recently, in November 2022, the recovery from these events has required substantial efforts and resources. The Council incurred significant costs in restoring critical transport networks, clearing debris and addressing community needs. Following a thorough review, Council has identified approximately $1.4 million in unclaimed storm damage expenditure. Based on the guidelines from Transport for New South Wales, approximately $1 million was considered to be potentially eligible with sufficient evidence, while $177,251 was deemed ineligible. The costs in question are real and essential expenditure incurred to restore vital infrastructure and transport access. Council has now been advised that a further $910,153 submitted for assessment has been reviewed, and only $173,749 has been approved for reimbursement. A deeply disappointing outcome that further restrains Council's financial position. We'll move on to Gunnedah Shire Council. The community of Gunnedah has suffered 9 flooding events between November 2021 and October 2022, which included 7 major flooding events. These events were captured under DRFA by 3 events. Frustratingly for Council and incredulously for the community, we are still waiting for approval to undertake almost half of that works. $10.1 million has been approved out of a claim for $14.8 million. So $4.7 million has been denied. In addition to the significant delays in getting approvals to undertake repair works and in receiving payment for works completed, Council continues to face challenges in receiving consistent and reliable consideration for claims submitted and proposed treatments. Transport for New South Wales officers and multiple changes in the reviewing officers have provided differing guidelines and guidance on claims throughout the years. This has necessitated years of repeated and having to resubmit substantiation for the proposed treatments and associated cost. This does not just come at a cost and a time, but also a financial burden for reworks and inflationary impacts, and of course the impacts on primary producers and community amenity.